Welcome to the February 2024 Park City Market Talk webinar. I'm Ron Wilstein, a broker at Keller Williams Luxury Properties here in Park City, Utah.
And I'm Josh Charles, your Park City real estate specialist here at the Wilstein team.
In today's webinar, we're going to cover two things. One, we're going to take a look at the Park City real estate market, see which areas have been improving, which have been slowing down, and in addition to that,
Ron's going to share his predictions for what the market's going to do in 2024.
All right, let's take a look at the Park City real estate market. Over the past 12 months, there's been 1,424 sales. This consists of homes, condominiums, and vacant land combined, and these are all real estate brokerages combined. That represents a decrease of 24% or 441 fewer sales this past year compared to the previous year. Now we're looking at these graphs, and the graphs consist of the time period of January 2022 all the way through to December 23. So we're doing a year-in-year comparison of 23 and 22. The red bars represent 23 and the silver bars represent 2022. You can see that the home sales overall are down by 12%, dropping from 526 sales to 461. Condos also down from 984 to 722. That's a 27% drop. And then the lots have dropped 53% from 464 to 216. Now we're looking at homes, and we're breaking it into three categories: Park City, Snyderville Basin, and Jordanelle. And here we're seeing a breakdown, not always going down. Park City sales went down by 13% from 116 to 101, but we actually saw an increase by 9% in the Snyderville Basin, climbing from 262 to 286, and then a drop in the Jordanelle area for homes from 148 to 74. Part of the reason for that drop was there were a lot of sales of homes as the market shifted, looking out to the Jordanelle area in 2022, and then it adjusted in 2023.
All right, so here we've got the year-over-year comparison of condominium sales. In Park City, we are down 19% from 286 to 232. In Snyderville Basin, we are down 48% from 490 to 256. And in Jordanelle, we're actually up 13% from 208 to 234. Here we're on the vacant land sales. In Park City, which is the first graph there, there's not a lot of lots in Park City. We're down 75% from 32 to 8 sales. And then in Snyderville Basin, we're down 28% from 103 down to 74. And then in Jordanelle, you'll see the biggest jump there from 329 sales, down 59% to 134.
Now, when we combine these three graphs, we see that the market overall is going down in terms of number of sales. We had just one category where it went up. Now, this is due to three things: a lack of properties to purchase. You can't have a sale if you don't have properties on the market to be sold. Number two, higher interest rates. It's definitely hampered sales, particularly in our lower price range. And then just a slowdown overall in the marketplace. Now let's turn our attention to prices and see what's been happening there. This first graph, we're looking at year-to-year comparison of homes' medium sold prices. In Park City, we see a decrease of about 5% from 3,913,380 to 3,700,000. In the Snyderville Basin, it's decreased by about 1% from 2,275,000 to 2,250,000. And then a huge jump, 96% increase, with the price climbing from the median price previously at 1,635,000 to near double, 3,202,238. Now, I don't want you to think that your home just doubled in value. It'd be nice to think that, Jordanelle. But what counts for most of this increase is the properties available in 2023 were more expensive properties. Hence, it went up. There were more sales, but it also were higher priced properties.
Now for condos, in Park City, we're up 8% from 1,499,500 up to 1,612,500. Snyderville Basin, we're down 8% from 1,075,000 to 987,285. Now in Jordanelle, we're up 9% from 973,602 to 1,064,782. And in vacant land in Park City, we're down 11% from 1,967,500 to 1,745,000. Snyderville Basin, we're down 21% from 1,087,500 to 855,500. Now in Jordanelle, we're up 97% from 653,600 to over a million, so 1,285,900. And as Ron mentioned before, this isn't that the land just doubled in value. The subdivisions of the new development that's happening in the Jordanelle area is at a higher price point right now. So that's how you're seeing that jump in price.
And when you combine all of those graphs and look at them as a whole, prices were mixed in a year-to-year comparison, declining in some instances and rising in others. Now let's take a look at the average time on the market. For closed homes, the average time on the market was 80 days for 2023. When you compare that to the properties on the market at the same time that didn't sell, which was 183 days, the contrast is striking. Properties that are priced correctly sell in, on average, 2.5 months, and properties that are overpriced will sit on the market 6 months without selling. I want to share with you my predictions for Park City real estate in 2024. But before I get to those predictions, let's just consider where we are in this world right now. We are currently in a presidential campaign, and soon we're going to have a new president. Trump, of course, has scandals and legal challenges, and has had several days in court this week and not very good outcomes for him. President Biden is a man who people are concerned about because of his age and fitness. We move beyond the U.S., and there's other world leaders, and they offer us varying degrees of stability or uncertainty currently in the world. And of course, there are two wars going on in Ukraine and Israel, and the leaders there are trying to make the best out of that situation, and America is trying to offer its support. And then there's technology. We use it every day of our life, and now there's AI, artificial intelligence, which no doubt will change our lives in ways we can't even imagine. There's a lot going on in the world right now, and a lot going on in 2024. As we turn to Park City real estate, I want to mention a couple of things that I've said in the past, and it pertains to the future as well. And that is, in Park City real estate, cash is king. In 2023, 51% of all real estate transactions were cash sales. Interest rates also play into this. Interest rates hit their bottom in February of 2021, with monthly average rates being 2.7%. And as inflation rose, the Federal Reserve started raising interest rates, and they climbed to as high as 7.6 in October of 23. Well, we expect inflation will cool and we will have some fall in interest rates, but then they will also bounce. And so we're in for adjustments as we move forward. So we'll watch inflation, we'll see its impact and how it alters interest rates. And then we'll also keep an eye on supply and demand. It's a bit of a balancing game between the available properties for sale and the number of buyers looking to purchase properties. You might also view it as a puzzle. There's two key pieces, supply and demand, and they need to come together in order to have a healthy real estate market. Why are sales down in Park City? A couple reasons. Number one, the limited inventory. As I mentioned, you cannot sell that which you do not have on the market, and our current inventory is at 25% below pre-pandemic levels, although it has improved in the past 2 years. Buyers requiring financing have tapped their brakes due to the higher interest rates, and in some instances, paralysis has set in for them. They're not ready to buy now. Cash buyers are not impacted, fortunately, by this. but typically they are buying properties that are $2 million and up. That's why things are down, and they're likely to continue in 2024. Buyers and sellers are going to have to adjust to this changing market in the new year. Sellers, they were happy with those property values climbing significantly over the past 5 years, but now they're concerned as they recognize that property values have fallen in certain categories. Buyers are happy to see property prices coming down, but higher interest rates in some cases are pricing them out of the market. I do believe that many real estate sales will occur in 2024, but only as buyers and sellers adjust to the current market changes. If there's no adjusting, there's not going to be any deals. Now let's zero in on the Park City real estate market. 51% of all sales are cash transactions. The higher the price of the property, the more likely buyers will have cash for the purchases. The lower the property price, the more likely buyers will require financing. I'm often asked, at what property price should we expect buyers will need financing? Well, it's difficult to know, but I would say this, that properties that are priced under $2 million are likely to see financing. They may have a larger than 10 or 20% down payment, but you can expect and anticipate that financing will be required. Properties priced between $2 million and $4 million may have some financing. Not uncommon to see a buyer put half the down and half financing. Just depends on the situation. Properties that require financing to sell will likely need to lower their list prices in the new year to sell in today's market. This is due to higher interest rates, buyer reluctance, and hesitation. The inventory of properties for sale should increase and prices will likely drop. In turn, this will prompt buyers to get off the sidelines and look at properties to buy. What about higher priced properties? Sellers were holding firm on their list prices last year, but they are now starting to adjust to a lower list price, and that is to, of course, stimulate more interest and getting buyers to write offers. There's a lot of wealth in Park City among people who already own here or want to buy here. There are plenty of people who have the resources to buy, but not all are ready to pull the trigger for an assortment of reasons. Well, those are my predictions for 2024. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me or Josh or Jeremy on my team. Their phone numbers are on the list here, as well as their email. And we look forward to assist you in any way that we can. Thanks for watching this webinar, and be sure to bookmark BuyParkCity.com. There's valuable information there, so check it out.